back to Speaking Ill Podcast. I'm your host, Brian, and in this episode, we're going to get to talking about enzymes for cystic fibrosis and different enzyme brands, and lots more to share. This is the first episode since before the holidays. So first episode of 2023. I know there's been a delay. Sorry for that. I'll explain everything. Yeah, guys, this is... It's been a while. How are you guys doing? How's your new year going? How was the holidays? This year for the holidays, Marina, my wife and I, Marina is my wife, just so you know. I was like, Marina, my wife and I, as if there's three people. So we are, you guys are probably out there that are married or girlfriend, boyfriend, and in these relationships. It's a juggling act when it comes to holidays, right? Because you have, one person's parents and family you go to, then you have the other person's parents and family to go to, and you don't really know how to pick. And it gets even worse if they're not all in the same city, state, etc. So I've always wished I would just find someone. No offense, Marina. I love Marina, my wife, obviously, but I always wish I would find someone that was in my area and could just hop over to their parents' house for the holidays. Be super easy, but. My family's actually 2 hours south. So still, I guess I would still have to be traveling to my family. So anyway, I've never had family really close by. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and my family lives southern Missouri. And my mom moved me to St. Louis for the better cystic fibrosis care. There's a CF hospital up here. We had a little outpatient clinic that would come down to that area, small town. But it ended up going away. I think there wasn't enough patients, something like that. So my mom had moved me to St. Louis so I'd get better care. So I've always had to travel when it comes to going and seeing my family. So I'm used to it by now, and it's kind of fun because if you guys are out there, you probably relate to this. When you travel to see your family, it's you haven't seen them in a while, right? So you get to share all these big news and what's going on in life and their life. And it just is a big meetup instead of just seeing everybody all the time. It's not as exciting. But anyway, so we have been juggling that the past few years. And this year we have decided that we're going to go see Marina's family the first week or two of December. So her family was meeting up in Chicago this year. And that made it pretty easy because then we just went to my family's for, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I have a very small family, about 12, 14 people total, I think. So very, very tight knit. And, if you don't go to grandma's house on the holidays, you have committed the ultimate sin. That's how we act around there. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's what we did. This year's was this weird for you guys? I've talked to some people about this, and Christmas this year just didn't seem Christmassy. It didn't seem joyful. It didn't seem exciting. I know my family had some stuff going on. So we did things earlier than we normally do. So then we were done earlier, and everyone kind of rushed off to their own separate houses and stuff. So, it just felt like it wasn't this big buildup and this big all night event and all that kind of stuff. We normally would get together for dinner Christmas Eve, open presents after that, and then play board games or card games all night long. And yeah, this year it just didn't go that way. So, but yeah, my grandpa had passed away this year, so that might have been part of it. But he's not that. He was the type of guy that kind of kept himself, but he was always there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no one talked to him. It was just he was the proud, kept himself father figure of the whole family type thing. So it wasn't that different that he wasn't there, but maybe we were just all not as joyful. So I don't know. Yeah, it was just weird vibes this year. And it's interesting now. So CF-wise, it's interesting going to my family's house because back in the day, I used to really the big talk would be, Brian, how's your health? How's that latest hospital stay? How are you feeling? And you never knew, right? My CF people out there, you know what I'm talking about. You never knew when you go on a trip, are you going to make it through the whole trip? A lot of times, it was it was wintertime, right? Holidays, Christmas. So I would get a cold and I'd be battling a cold the whole time I'm there. And I was just hoping to be able to take enough ibuprofen to get me through the weekend so I can get home and, stay on top of my meds. And if they don't work, which normally they never, ever did, I'd end up in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's how it used to be. So this is just weird now. With post-Trikafta era, there's no talks. Ralph, stop, buddy. My dog's over here looking at my elbows as I'm talking to you guys. But there's no talks about how my health is. Are you still doing good? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. And now it's just normal people talk. It's great. It's great. But it's just so different compared to how things used to be before Trikafta came out. So anyway, but I can't complain, right? That is an awesome thing. I mean, Trikafta changed lives. So really, really, really cool. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. I've been in a funk lately. I don't know what the deal is. I know a part of it was, around Christmas time and holidays, every company kind of slows down. Everyone has their mind on the holidays, looking forward to that kind of stuff. So productivity slows down. So I feel like I slowed down, and I'm one of these that I am doing the best when I have a lot of momentum, when I am productive and I'm excited about the next thing I'm doing. And I'm just it's like a snowball effect. I'm just getting bigger and bigger and bigger with my productivity, my mood. So I just feel like I've been really dragging. I had the holidays. That was kind of weird, like I said. Got back, kind of getting back in the swing of things at work. Work has been real slow, it's just been different. So if you guys don't know, I was a software engineer for 9 years. I made apps for the iPhone, iPad, iOS apps. And we're at several different companies. I'll share that in another episode, how to get a career with CF, how I did it, and what I think is best to go down that path and how you do it. But basically, I worked at several different companies, from a cable company to the Department of Defense to Nike, just all over the place. And now I'm a senior manager at a consulting firm. So basically, I handle different engineering teams making apps and websites for different companies. And I'm kind of the go-to mobile person on these talks with these companies that is like, what do you need? Let me tell you how we could do it, how long it's going to take, how many people we need on the project, and what the cost would be, things like that. So anyway, I don't know. Just lately, I don't know if everyone's in the funk of getting back to work, but things have been super, super slow. Meetings here and there throughout the day, but just super slow. I don't feel like I am talking to my coworkers as much as I was before the holidays. So I say super slow, but I mean that in a communication, almost productivity point. So maybe just everyone is super busy and kind of heads down. But anyway, that kind of has me weirded out. So I've taken up some courses to learn more development languages and whatnot, just to kind of have them under my belt, and it will help clients if I'm able to talk to more developing languages besides just iOS and mobile work. So I'm doing that lately. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been odd. So sorry guys for the delay in the podcast, but I just kind of been dragging lately. My dad had passed away a year ago. Grandpa passed away this year. My dog Ralph you can tell he's really getting older. He's slowing down. He's about 10 years old almost. And anyway, he was my dog, right? He is the one that has been through relationships with me, has moved across states with me, has seen me when I was super, super, super sick. My dog and I used to sneak him in the hospital, and the nurses loved it. That was great. And he would be in my hospital room for a while. And then if he had to go to the bathroom, we would just let him go in the shower, wash it down, no big deal. But he's been through everything with me. So he's my main number one. And he's getting old and really slowing down lately. And I don't know if it's just he's reflecting off my mood, if he's actually getting really older and not feeling as great, if he might be depressed, because I got some big news for you guys. We got a puppy this year for Christmas. Marina and I did. So we have Ralph, which is my big golden doodle. You guys might have seen him in my Instagram posts or YouTube. We also got Rufus, which is a miniature golden doodle, 2 years ago. Rufus was a pain in the butt. This dog is so freaking ornery. And I feel like he knows what he should and should not do, but sometimes he likes to test the limits. That's how I feel. He's gotten so much better, though. This past year, he's so much better. But it was really a tough time that first year. But anyway, Ralph is old enough to where he doesn't like to play with Rufus. Ralph wasn't really socialized with other dogs, so I truly feel like he thinks he's a human. He just likes to lay around, go for walks, watch TV, that kind of thing. Rufus likes to wrestle. He likes to have high energy, play with other dogs, etc. So, long story short, I go on for a while, right? But long story short, we got another golden doodle. Golden doodles are hyperallergenic. They're super smart. Poodles are supposed to be super smart, so they're half poodle, half golden retriever. They're super smart, hyperallergenic dogs. Most of them have really curly hair. Ralph is a big old bushy dog, and Rufus is more like a wavy, kind of bushy, but not so much like Ralph. Ralph's like 90 pounds. Rufus is probably 30, 35 pounds. But we got another standard, and Rufus is a red, like a brownish red. Ralph is a cream, and we got a black standard golden doodle this year as a girl. Her name is Paisley. And she has been great, guys. I mean, she has had some accidents in the house, this past week and a half or so. But up until then, she was perfect. She knows her name. She knows come here. She knows what no means. Super lovable. She really, really seems like super smart. So I'm excited for her future. But she's even getting better the past couple of days. Like past couple of days, she has whined to go outside and holds it until we go outside, and she'll go outside, and if she's not done doing all her business, she won't come back in. She'll keep sniffing around until she goes again, and then she'll come back in. So we're really making headway here. All right. It's been great. But anyway, so that was our big Christmas present to each other, as well as, guys, we got a big blanket. Okay. I know I'm a guy, probably unusual for guys. I love blankets, like really soft, cozy blankets you can cuddle up in. So there is a company called the Big Blanket Company, okay? So if you guys are not familiar, guys, I am in no way is this sponsored. I highly suggest you check them out. I think they popped up on my Instagram feed or Facebook, whatever it was. But the problem with blankets and me is there's these little throw blankets, whatever. And like, they don't cover all of me. Right. So like either they don't cover my feet, or they will cover my feet, but they won't cover like my shoulders, or I will wrap up in it. But one side is like kind of like hanging out, getting the breeze. I don't want the breeze. So a lot of times will have like two blankets. So anyway, that's the issue. So the big blanket is a 10-foot by 10-foot blanket. Okay. Online sounded great. You know how it is, right? Like you're scrolling through your feeds and then you're like, oh, wow, that looks great. And then you're like, oh, you buy it. You're like, oh, shit, I probably shouldn't have bought that. Guys, it is quite big, but oh my gosh. We had the plush version of this big blanket. It's amazing. I mean, Marina and I both can cuddle up in it, no problems at all. Like, there's no way you can wrap it all around you at one time. I will try to wrap it around me and walk through the house. It's like dragging 5 feet, 6 feet behind me. Like, it's impossible to get it all up in one scoop. So I can see how that can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But we usually just keep it on the couch, and it is great. It solves all my issues. And I only have the plush one. The plush one's a little bit more expensive, but I only got the plush one, so I don't know how the regular one feels. But guys, it is a good purchase. So if you're someone, especially we have CF, right? A lot of times we watch TV, we cuddle up, watch movies or play video games. You need the big blanket. It's called the Big Blanket Company. All right. But anyway, that is how the holidays went for us. Podcast update. What do I say? Podcast update, guys. I still want to do the podcast. I know there's been a delay of probably 3 or 4 weeks now. I still have so many topics to talk about, so many videos. I am someone that I'm quite a perfectionist and a really solid idea man, if that makes sense. Like, I don't execute or jump on something unless I've really thought it all the way through, like what's going to look like now, what's going to look like a year from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, that kind of thing. And so with that said, that is great in a planning mindset, but it also sucks because it can set you up for certain expectations. And as we know, life changes. Like life throws us curveballs. It's hard to like be that detailed and planned out, right? So, you know, life gets busy. My job gets busy. My job slows down. We have a puppy now. So my goal, obviously, would be to release an episode at least every week, if not 2 every week. I had that many topics to talk about. But anyway, that hasn't been the case lately. Like I said, holiday blues, new puppy, job's been a little weird lately. My grandma broke her hip again. This is the other hip. She jokes that now she's broken both hips, so you know there's not any left to break. But it's just one there to the next. So I'm hoping the rest of this year we get all our struggles and like negativity out of the way, right? And we're gonna go through positive, get that snowball building up again. But anyway, next few episodes, I got the enzymes I want to talk about. Someone had messaged me just literally today and was like, hey, I want to hear more about like weightlifting, how to gain weight or not gain weight, how to gain muscle when you have CF, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I want to go over those things. That will be in the next episode or 2 probably. But yeah, I'm more of a perfectionist. And so I really build these things up in my mind. And then at times when I've just been like, man, like I am tired or whatever, I'm like, oh gosh, I don't have the energy to do that right now. It's like, just get on the freaking microphone and talk. But a lot of times I build it up and then that like deters me from doing it. So I'm working on it. All right. Let's just keep it at that. I'm working on it. My New Year's resolutions this year is to be more consistent with that, to when I have the mindset of like, oh gosh, like that's such an undertaking. I can't do that right now. Like I'm trying to say, no, just go sit down and try it. Just do it. You might not complete it, but just try it. And a lot of times, as long as you get started, guys, with almost anything, all you have to do is start. Whether that be open a company, whether that mean apply to a job, whether that mean go to the gym, whether that mean cook a meal, whatever. All you have to do is just start. And most of the time, you will work through it and finish it. So that's my goal. New Year's resolution, if you will. But, okay. All right. And on top of that, podcast-wise, I do want to have guests on. I've been talking with a certain CFer quite a bit, and him and I see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. And he's made some awesome accomplishments, especially considering his CF life. So I would like to have him on here soon, see how that goes, and just, hear more from him. So get to share his story with you guys. And we'll go from there. There's some other people you guys have asked if you could be on, and I haven't decided yet. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how often I want people on. I don't know how many people I want to have on. I don't know if I want to co-host someday. I don't know. It's all new territory. My goal was to just create a podcast for the CF community and just touch on various topics that you guys have asked. I know a lot of the topics I have seem to be unpopular opinion or go against the grain of what we've been told. And just kind of like share that really like super raw, honest feedback and perspective on several topics, and just help however I can. That's the goal of the whole podcast, my YouTube channel, all that stuff. Like I'm not someone that like wants a lot of praise. I'm not someone that like is doing it for money. Like I just want to see other people with CF succeed. And some things, when I see people give up on themselves or they settle or they feel like they can't do something, that just frustrates the hell out of me. And I'm here to hopefully shine some light on stuff and provide perspective and inspiration, hopefully. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. That's that. All right, guys, CF stuff. So, one thing I want to touch on real quick. So I had this guy, all right, this guy, girl, I can't say the gender. No, I had this person reach out to me, and I want to make this very clear. This is about Trikafta, and they were so excited that they were getting Trikafta. And they said, what changes can I expect? And I'm like, man, like, you know, it's hard to say, right? Like, it's different for everybody. And I said, okay, well, you know, tell me, what's your stats currently? You know, before Trikafta, what do you weigh in? What's your height? You know, what's your lung function? How's your health? And this person proceeds to tell me that, you know, everything's been really good. Like they get sick time to time. They're 710%, you know, whatever, high lung function. And I'm like, okay, so I would assume you aren't going to see much change. Like, you know, you might stop coughing. You might feel maybe a little bit more energy, but your lungs are pretty freaking healthy, man. Like, you know, like, and anyway, and they said, well, I want to gain a lot of weight. And I'm like, well, and this isn't bashing this guy. Like, a lot of people kind of think this way too. Like, they think, oh, Trikafta came out. It had all these people gaining weight. It had all these people like blah, blah, blah. And so that must be what I'm going to experience. No, that's not the case. Everyone's different. But for the most part, there is kind of like a rule of thumb. And I try to explain that to you guys on the how to gain weight with CF. And I think I did like the whole Trikafta portion of that, where, you know, Trikafta is a pill. Nothing about this pill makes you gain weight, guys. You can't take this pill and magically start putting on weight. The reason it helps you gain weight is because it starts to normalize your body. So you are able to absorb more food better, you know, more effective, more efficient digestion. You are able to breathe better. So your body's not burning as many calories, and you're not having the infections you used to. So your body's not fighting off infection all the time. Those are the reasons that you're going to actually gain weight, not because this magic pill is putting weight on you. It is basically correcting your body so it's easier for you to gain weight, like a normal person does. So I'm like, you know, I don't know what to tell this person. I'm like, I don't think you should expect much weight gain because your lung function is so good. It doesn't have a lot it can fix. So lo and behold, they did get Trikafta, and they just reported back to me just recently. And there's been a couple people that have kind of had this mindset, but this one particular person reported back to me and said, "Hey, you know, no weight gain yet. I think their coughing has stopped, which is freaking awesome. That's huge by itself. Like, we cough so much. When our coughing just goes away, mind blown, right? Like, shocking. My coughing literally went pretty much gone day 3. I started Trikafta. Now it's non-existent at all. And some people still do cough. And I really think that maybe with me, a part of that is because I was so active. Literally, guys, like, I worked out 12 years straight, 4 to 5 days a week by myself. And if I was sick, I was at the gym because I was hoping that would keep me from going to the hospital. So, like, in a way, I think of that as maybe I primed my body really well. And then once Trikafta came out, it was able to take care of the CF crap. So now, like, my body is very fit and healthy. So that's kind of how I maybe perceive why I don't cough. But anyway, this guy's coughing stopped. He's also a pretty fit guy, it looks like. But I haven't gained any weight. Like, no shit, man. No shit, you haven't gained weight. Because your lung function is 110%. You know, like, you have to eat more. And guys, when I say eat more, I mean eat more. Like, it's not like, hey, I'm eating a lot and I'm not gaining weight. Okay, well, that's great, but guess what? You're not eating enough, okay? Like, simple as that. You're not eating enough. You have to eat more to gain more weight. That's simple as it is. Like, concept-wise, it is simple. Execution, not so simple. Because right now, I'm stuck too. I'm trying to gain more weight, and I get freaking tired of eating all this freaking food every freaking day. You know, so believe me, I'm with you. It sucks, but that is the reality of it. That's the logic of it. Is you can't take any special pill, no special powder, none of that crap to just magically gain weight. You have to freaking shove more nutrients and calories in your mouth. Swallow, keep doing it every day. That's how it goes. Anyway, so I just want to clear that up, guys. Like, the pill is not the magic. You have to eat to gain weight. If you want to lose weight, you just have to eat. Just eat less. Just less. But anyway, clinic visit. So I went to my clinic recently. Oh, guys, this just rubbed me the wrong way. Went to my clinic recently. Lung function is pretty much steady. It was at 50% this time. It's normally at like 55, 53%. But it was so frustrating. You guys probably relate to this. So my clinic is, let's see, 3 hours away. Okay. And I go to that clinic. I have a clinic here nearby. I go to the one 3 hours away because the one nearby sucks. If you guys have gone to different clinics, you probably know what I'm talking about. Some are different and better than others. I don't know why to this day the CF Foundation has not like regulated these clinics and held them to a certain standard. Don't know. But anyway, my clinic nearby really sucks. They believe in a lot of older approaches, methodologies, etc. And if you do not follow what they say, you're just bashed. Like it's like there's no teamwork, right? Like that's super important for a clinic. There needs to be teamwork. I need to do another video about like how to find the right clinic. I've been to 5 or 6 clinics now. But teamwork is super important. Collaboration is super important. You are paying these freaking people to take care of you, not the other way around. So you have a say in your care, okay? All right. So anyway, the clinic I go to now, I've gone to them for like, gosh, probably 6, 7 years now. They are fantastic, fantastic. Super on top of things, etc. Like very great people. Inpatient care, amazing, like amazing. And again, I'll go over that in another video or podcast, whatever. But anyway, went to my clinic, had some little bugaboos. I got there, let's see, 18 minutes late. Okay, there is traffic. Okay, there is parking. You know, these clinics, it's not as simple as parking in the freaking parking lot in front, right? You go to a parking garage, you get a little pay ticket, you have to walk in, you have to go up to like 5th, 4th, whatever floor, you have to go around the freaking building and find their clinic. It's ridiculous. And you're 18 minutes late, so we're not going to be able to see you today. I'm like, I drove 3 hours, okay? I'm not like a person that just sits around and doesn't have a job and lives nearby. Like I work full time. I don't even live in the city, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, okay. Well, we'll squeeze you in the end of the day. Be here at 4 if you can. And I was like, so they're going to see me at 4. She said, well, they're going to see you at 4:30, but try to be here at 4. Okay. So I went out, got some food, right? Came back, this hour and a half. So later, I was there at 4:17. And they said, sir, you were told to be here at 4. So we're not able to see you today at all. I'm like, oh, bullshit. No. You told me 4:30 is when they'd see me. You said try to be here at 4 just to be safe. I was heated. And I don't know what look I get. Apparently people say I get a look when I'm mad, and it's very obvious. But yeah, I get this look, and it seems like people are like they just know. Like let's try to work with. I'm not like crazy. I'm not like aggressive. I'm just saying like I guess you can just tell when I'm like irritated. So luckily they did squeeze me in. Everything was fine, which is so annoying too because at clinic, like I realized like I was there late, right? Like let's just get through the clinic. I got no new updates for you, blah, 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 blah. And they are want to ask me all these questions, how life's going, like, oh, how's your holiday? Like all this shit. I'm like, whoa, you're the ones throwing a fit that I'm here late. Okay. I'm here just to make my little round, say hi and leave. Like I've been told by these guys, which again, guys, they're a great clinic. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing them, but I've been told in the past, you have to come in person or we're not going to keep prescribing your Trikafta because we need to put eyes on you. And like, what? I'm healthy. You want me to do freaking lung function? I'll do lung function nearby locally and I'll send them to you. I've done that before. But anyway, so there's sticklers about certain things. So anyway, that's how the clinic went. No new updates really. But I had a huge problem, okay, with all this. And I'll tell you what happened. So, enzymes. This is where I'm going to do Enzyme brand, okay? So, my enzymes, I've taken, when I was born, I was taking, Ultrace. Ultrace. You guys remember that? I think the brand was Ultrace. I was taking Ultrace. I think they got discontinued at some point, whatever. They switched me to Creon. So I was taking Creon like most of my life, all right? And I would go up, let's see, I started at, I think I stayed at three pills, Creon, 26,000, 24,000, I think 24,000 units, whatever. all my life. Okay. So Trikafta came out recently. Obviously, we know that. I put on all this weight, and I'm like, hey, like, my weight has stopped. Like, I forgot what happened, but I was basically saying, like, they upped my dosage. She goes, well, you've gained weight. You need to take 5 instead of 3 pills. I said, okay. So I started taking 5 pills. And I complained again because I used to hide my CF. I don't know if I don't think I talked about that on this podcast yet, but I used to hide my CF. So I'd hide my enzymes when I'd go on dates and out with friends and all that stuff. And so I said, hey, this is a lot of pills, right? I know some of you guys take tons of pills, right? I've heard that some people take like 12 pills at meals. I get it. But I said, hey, 5 is a lot to like pull out and hide, right? So what can I do? And I said, well, there is a stronger dose, Creon 36,000. They're blue pills instead of red pills. And we can give you those, and you only need to take 3. Okay. So I said, well, let's do that. So I've taken 3 ever since I really basically started Trikafta. And again, I ran into like issues maybe a year and a half back. And I think I was just complaining about acid reflux and like my stomach hurting, and not really like, I very luckily have not had like GI issues in my CF life. Besides needing to take enzymes, obviously, right? But like a lot of the issues I've heard in the past, I've never had. Okay, so let me get back to where I was at. So basically 36,000, taking 3, and I put on like 55 pounds from Trikafta, and they're like, hey, and that is from eating more and Trikafta. Trikafta did not do the magic, just remember, okay, all right. So they said, well, Brian, you need to take 5 blue pills, okay? That's 7 of the red. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right. But no, luckily, it was a steady relationship, all that kind of stuff. I was all right, well, she already knows all my CF shit anyway. So anyway, started on 5 pills and been on that ever since for the past year and a half, 2 years. And lately, I was just saying that I felt really bloated and I had a lot of acid reflux. And I take omeprazole. I've always taken omeprazole for my acid reflux. And so anyway, the story goes, I had put that on my Instagram, shared that with you guys, and someone, or actually I think a few of you guys, had messaged me back and said, have you ever tried Pertsy? So Pertsy is another brand of enzymes. Ignorant, I know. I did not know there was like a lot of other brands, which is funny because I have heard of other brands, but it just didn't register. I had thought like, hey, we all take Ultrace, and that got discontinued, so we all take Creon now. But anyway, long story short, I thought there was a reason that you'd have to be on a different enzyme brand, because I have heard of Zenpep before. So, well, that must be a different mutation, right? That's why you're on Zenpep. So I just didn't know, ignorant. Anyway, so you guys had said, have you tried Pertsy? I said, well, what's Pertsy? So basically I asked my dietitian, and Pertsy, guys, is for lack of better words, it is Creon, but also has sodium bicarbonate in it. Sodium bicarbonate is something that helps with acid reflux and indigestion type thing. So, like you could take baking soda powder, I believe is what it is. Yeah, baking soda powder. You would take like a teaspoon of that and it will help your acid reflux. And that is like sodium bicarbonate basically. So anyway, I said, oh, that's really interesting. I could actually maybe stop my omeprazole and I could save some money, because omeprazole is freaking expensive. It's like freaking $20 for like 30 or 60 pills, which, like we're used to insurance. I don't want to pay every month. It's just a CF thing. I don't want to freaking pay for these pills to take care of my illness. I don't want my illness in the first place, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so nonetheless, I had asked my dietitian, can I try this? And so they said, well, you can, but your insurance is making you try a different brand first. And basically saying that it didn't work for you. So I was on Creon. They insisted that I try Pancrease first. If Pancrease works, great. If it doesn't work, we can now appeal to try for Pertsy. And you guys are really raved about Pertsy. I had a few people like, oh, Pertsy is great. It changed everything for me. I really started putting on weight. Absorption of food was better, blah, blah, blah. So I tried Pancrease. Holy hell. The first week, guys, it was awful. Like it was so bad. I think it lasted 4 or 5 days, and I was like, hey, I am sorry. This isn't going to work. Like I literally was missing some of my work meetings. I was like, nope, nope, gotta go to the bathroom. Like something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And my stomach was rumbling all the time. It was like hurt. It was like twisted. It was hurting. And so my dietitian told me if you try different enzyme brands, there is a little transition period. It could be like, a few days to a few weeks, but there is a transition period. And I'm like, look, like I got no problem with that. I can hold out, but with pancreas, like it's not like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, a few more times than normal in a normal day. It is like my stomach is hurting. This is not good. And so luckily, we quickly turned that around and we appealed and we were able to get Pertsy. Okay. So from what I know, and I'm sure there's more out there, there is Creon digestive enzymes, there's Pertsy digestive enzymes, and they all have the sodium bicarbonate in them. For some reason, they are on no insurance formulas from what I'm told. So you almost always have to have a special appeal or prior auth to get Pertsy from your clinic. Not from your clinic, but your clinic has to write to your insurance. So that's what I was told about. The Pertsy, there's pancreas, and there's Zenpep. I don't think I've ever tried Zenpep. But those are the ones I know of. There might be more enzyme brands, but I did not know that there is digestive enzyme brands out there. I kind of thought there was just like one for every specific mutation. So I know, screw me, dumb. But anyway, guys, I did switch to Pertsy. I'm like, this is gonna be freaking great. Like, this is gonna be great. Like, maybe I'm gonna put weight on even easier. Like, maybe part of my problem is I'm not like absorbing my food right. Who knows? I tried Pertsy. Oh, it was not good. It was not good. I had to have more pills. Okay, I'd have 7 pills. So Pertsy does not make the strength that Creon does. So I'd have more pills, which I hated. 7 pills in my pocket for one meal. I used to carry, 3 pills. I used to carry 6 pills, and I was good for 2 meals. I'd go out freaking all day, and I'm fine. So that sucked. Luckily, I'm not in school or college or anything like that anymore where I need to carry pills in my pocket all the time. I have a container usually in my truck. I have a container at home. And that's pretty much all I need them. Sometimes Marina will carry them in her purse for me. But anyway, Pertsy was not good for me. It made me go to the bathroom several times a day. I felt nauseous. I had some stomach pain. It wasn't as bad as pancreas. And I did last 4.5 weeks on Pertsy. And I had messaged my dietitian. I'm like, look, we talked about this. I wanted it to work. I don't think it's going to work. And guys, I was so irritated. I'll save you. I'll do the short version. Basically, I was like, can we please go back to Creon? And she said, oh, I'm so sorry, it didn't work. Sure, we can. I was like, okay, great. Well, then I guess she asked my doctor. This is all through email. She asked my doctor. My doctor apparently wanted me to do an X-ray first before we go back to Creon. And I'm like, why? And she said, well, that way we can see if something else is going on. There's something else could be wrong. Okay, great. But listen, like, no matter what that case may be, let's put me back on the freaking pills that we know works, right? And then while I'm on those and hopefully things are getting fixed, I will go get my X-ray and see if things are wrong internally. And if they are, then we'll address them. But like, you want me to schedule an X-ray. I work full time. You guys know how the hospitals and, waiting rooms and all this shit is. Like, I now have to call a hospital, try to get an appointment to go to radiology, to do an X-ray. I don't know if I can even make it all my work meetings right now. Like, my stomach is torn up. So they're like, well, that we're basically holding your prescription hostage until you get your X-ray. Okay, whatever. So luckily I was able to get in, I think the next day to get my X-ray. Okay. And then I get my X-ray, it comes back and they're working on it. They're going to read it. Should be another day or two. So another day or two goes by. Hey, did you read my X-ray? So now the nurse coordinator calls me. I said, what's going on? I'm like, what do you mean? What's the deal with the Creon stuff? So I explained the whole story again. And I'm like, I just want the Creon. And she said, well, we think you need to do like a Miralax bomb or something like that. I'm like, you guys have seen me for freaking 6 or 7 years. I have never had GI issues. Now, all of a sudden, I'm having GI issues. And I'm literally just asking for my original digestive enzyme brand back. That's it. It obviously is not hard to clear through insurance. I've been on it for freaking years. So what is the issue here? And like, well, your doctor's actually on vacation this week. Let me get back to you once he gets back next week. Are you freaking kidding me? I thought that was handled so poorly. Anyway, I reached out to social worker, reached out to CF Compass. So basically, guys, CF Compass did tell me if you ever have a problem with your clinic, you first want to address it with the doctor or whoever it is that you have a problem with, your care team. And then if it doesn't get resolved, then you can go up to like that clinic's director and ask and talk to them about it. If it doesn't get resolved, you can also talk to, before the director, it's your social worker. Then you can talk to like the patient advocate of the hospital or the director of the clinic. And then you can fall back on CF Compass, and they're going to make you, I think, write a letter to them explaining the issue, and then they will get involved. So there's a lot of steps, but basically what I'm trying to get to you guys to realize is you're not SOL, okay? Like you have people to help you out if you ever have a problem with your clinic. So anyway, so frustrated. But the point is, guys, there are different Enzyme brands. So if some of you are out there and you have a lot of GI issues, try a different brand, okay? Like talk to your dietitian and say, hey, and again, like when it comes to enzymes, there's a certain dose that you need to be on, right? For your height and your weight, maybe, whatever else, right? There's a formula your dietitian knows about. So get with them, make sure you are on the dose that you need to be on, especially if your weight has changed recently. And if you are, and you're still having bloating or numerous bathroom visits or, whatever it may be, ask about changing enzyme brands. Like, it might really help you. I've gotten several messages from you guys that are like, this changed everything for me. So I wish that was the case for me. Luckily, like I'm doing pretty well. I'm back on Creon now, and I'm doing fine. I was just curious. And so she, my clinic had tried to tell me, like, we went through so much work because you wanted to change your enzyme. And I was, wait, so you guys saw this as like an indefinite change? Like, yeah. I'm like, no, I literally said, like, can we try this? And if my digestion goes up and, the scale goes up, I'm gaining weight easier, my bloating goes down, then hell yeah, I'd stick on it. But if not, I switch back. Like, how's that hard to understand? But anyway, so we worked so hard. Like, we wrote like appeals. I'm like, okay, so you did your job. You're a freaking CF clinic. Like, you take care of CF patients. Like, thank you for helping me. Like, this was your job. So anyway, but point is, you can try different brands, guys, and your clinics can help you out with that. And there are several brands out there. So like I said, the only one I know is different, which apparently, even though Zenpep and Creon and maybe Pancrease are all kind of the same, apparently different brands work better for different people. And I think my clinic had said something about the way the capsules are made even, or their coatings that they're made with, whatever case may be, can cause issues in some people and not others. And then again, Pertze, which is Pertze. Let's see. Don't worry, I have some nearby because it was just so great. Pertzye is how you spell it, Pertze. I tried the 24,000 unit capsules. Hear that? That's those devils, those bastards. Anyway, try different brands, guys. That might help you with your digestion issues, your bloating, bathroom visits, etc. Something that I had never known. I don't know why I didn't never know it. I guess I'm lucky. I didn't have GI issues growing up, but that's probably why I don't know it. But something I had learned, I was like, oh, wow. Like, why do people not know this? Why, I don't know that anyone's ever told me that I could try a different CF digestive enzyme brand. So, fun facts, right? All right, guys. Anyway, I know this is probably a little bit long episode, getting back to the podcast, giving you the updates and all that stuff. But that is what I want to talk about today. I just want to talk about the switching the brands, help you guys out with your digestion stuff. Sounds like a real shitty situation. But anyway, again, I think the next episode I'm going to talk more about working out with CF, how I got started, kind of like a good rule of thumb on how to start, what to start with, what's most important, things like that, guys. So look for that episode. I think, again, this is episode 5. Exploring different CF digestive enzyme brands. I don't know what I'm going to title this episode. But anyway, I will try to be more on top of it. Keep my consistency up, guys. That's that New Year's resolution. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you in the next episode.